Okay, folks, this is the Canon R5 II with the 200 to 800 millimeter super telephoto lens. And I got some great shots of the birds. What I was amazed about the autofocusing of the camera was even if I didn't see the subject, it had the box showing me where it was located. And I just moved a little bit and I could track it then. These were shot at 800 millimeter on the 200 to 800 RF. So you can see the problems I was having with the trigs and the tree limbs, but it kept moving and I started getting some better shots. There, you can see some twigs in front of her. I did have a little lens flare with this lens, which shocked me. I had the lens hood on, but you can see the brightness on the limbs just below the bird's feet to the right or to your left, to his right or her right. So you can see the little flaring on the breast. And I was in the shade, but I was catching just the sunlight coming right over the roof. And I was getting that flaring done. And I took a lot of pictures of her or him. I like the bokeh or the rendering behind the bird. And I'm almost done with these shots. Here's my favorite. And then here's some more. And I went in the backyard. And I now have the Sony A7R5 with the Sigma 60 to 600 millimeter. F4 to, I think, F8. It's a great lens. It's a heavy lens, okay? The 200, 800 Canon RF was much lighter. So is the 180 to 600 for the Nikon. But you can see how clear it is. And you can get some bokeh also. Here's my favorite rock, 60 millimeter to 600 millimeter. Look how sharp at 600 millimeter that light bulb is. Now this is at 60. There's my cat at 600 millimeters. New spring growth. So behind the flower, in front, on the top, and then in the back. It's so clear that you can see the little holes where the insects were eating on the leaves. And all I can say is she needs sunglasses. And I tried it again. Yeah, I'm still in the backyard. So the other pictures of these cranes, I was in the front, now I'm in the back. And there's the pigeon or the dove. I don't know if that's a pigeon or a white-tailed dove, okay? But look how sharp the eyes are. Lost its mate last year, and I think he's looking for another one. Waiting patiently by the nest. And another came by, and then they started fighting over the nest. But look how sharp this bird is. And I think this is at 6.3. So it's like this lens is 4.5 to 6.3. And you can see it at 60 millimeters to the left, then back at 600 millimeters. I love the shadows. And I took some more pictures of my dog. She really needs sunglasses. So with super telephoto lenses, you can carry them around and they work great. I just can't get away from that one flower, even if it's a weed. So that was 60, now that's 600 millimeters. And then of course there's my cat. So the leaves are finally growing on that tree. I got the sunset going, and I'm backing off on the zoom. That was late afternoon yesterday, around 7:15, 7:20 p.m. So you may see repeats of certain shots that I'm taking, but I did it at different times of the day just to show you can get sharp pictures with a super telephoto lens. It gets heavy after a while with the camera and the lens. And I like that shot because it was focused in the front and then it kind of blurred in the back. And you notice that since she's not in the sun, her face is a different color. My cat's on the prowl. He's looking for Mr. Peekaboo, the squirrel. So I did yard work. I got more leaves up. Got 2 more full bags. And it looks a lot better now. I think the tree is going to survive. It was just getting rid of the dead leaves. But that's pretty well cleaned up. And now I got that little bird in the front that I'm trying to get. And as you can see, the Sony didn't do as well as the Canon. But when this bird was in the open, I could get it. Of course, I don't have the 800 millimeters. This was at 600. And I thought that was a bird. It was actually leaves. But then I got the bird. He was on a different branch. Now this is with the 70 to 180. It's not cropped, but it's different perspective, and it's at f2.8. It's the cheaper one, without any stabilization. I don't think it has any stabilization. So the colors look different. Now, this is the Leica. The colors are different. At 28 millimeters, it's sharp. But on this, I was doing 90 millimeters. And I got a bird in each of these pictures. And there's a red cardinal right there. Maybe got 2 shots before he flew off. And I just want to show you the difference between a point and shoot and super telephoto. So you can get some sharp images. And there's a bird flying off. And I can show you from 28 millimeters to 35 millimeters, 50 millimeters, 70 millimeters, 90 millimeters. And that's what a point and shoot can do. It doesn't have the reach of 180 or to 600 or 800, but I can carry that around all day long and get some wonderful shots. And I can do some macro work. So it's really up to the individual. Just get a camera, go out, take a shot, whatever you have, do the best you can. I even took this camera out in the front. And believe it or not, there are birds. And there you see them. One to the left, one to the right. Now you can see them better. And I cropped it in at 90 millimeters. And they're at 1.7. 1/400th of shutter speed. And then I got Mr. Peekaboo in the front. He's across the street, a neighbor's driveway, trying to decide where to go. He's going toward that tree to the right. He's deciding. Now he's going to make the splurge or splunge. And he's on a branch looking at me. And then I got a bird. And that's at 28 millimeters. I'm going to take that back. That's at the 90 millimeters. So I'm just going to go back a little bit. Just to show you that when you crop in, it becomes pixelated. But there he is, okay? So cameras can be sharp, but if you have the longer length lens, they are much closer. Even with the little macro work and different focal lengths. There he is. That might be a better picture. So you see, I can crop in, but it's pixelating. And even with the 7180, it's still good. And it gets a lot closer than the Leica. And now the Sigma with the Sony A7R5. Look how sharp that is. So it's up to you if you decide what you can afford. Can you get a shot like this? And that's what I'm going to end it on. Thank you for watching. Remember, stay safe, keep smiling, and I'll see you next time. Bye, folks. Have a wonderful day.